Hey folks, this is Best in Slot. It is that time again. It's time for our next dev diary for Prehistoric Kingdom. This time April 2024. We've got a brand new dinosaur, we've got big fence updates, we've got brand new backstage props, we've got really cool nursery updates as well. That might not sound exciting, but trust me, when we get there you'll see why that is so exciting. So let's not waste any more time, let's dig in and check out what's coming in the next update. So as far as I can tell, everything you're about to see is planned to be part of the next big update to the game, and that is update 11. Now update 11 is about to be on the public test branch for Prehistoric Kingdom. If you're using that, you're going to get drips and drabs of the content we're about to see. I'm just going to focus on what we know is coming as part of the update and the actual official sort of stuff. So, the fence system has been entirely updated. Fences were an outdated system and they've been totally rebuilt in the span of about a week. So I've got a series of GIFs here. Yes, I'm a GIF guy. I've got a series of GIFs here. They're going to be a bit low quality because I've had to blow them up from a tiny size, but we're going to go through some of the ways that fences are going to change as part of that next update. Okay, first up, fences will now snap to existing fences rather than clip right through them. Just makes things a little bit neater. The maximum length that your fence segments can be has been increased. Really good just for making large exhibits in general, but should be really good in particular for making circular exhibits, where you want your half of your exhibit to be one gigantic segment, otherwise you risk messing up the angle. Now you can make those even bigger than you could in the past. Angle Snap now uses local angle rather than the world grid. It should make weird shapes easier. So you can see here we're joining onto this circle, and rather than snapping 45 degrees on the world grid, it does 45 degrees outwards from the circle. So again, should offer a little bit more customization. Just make things a little bit easier if you want to have very specific shapes. Like if you want to do sort of a spoke design coming out of this circle, for whatever reason, that would have been quite difficult in the past. Should be a lot easier in the next update. Fence replacement. If you don't like your fence, you replace it. It now has an instantaneous preview, so you can see in real time exactly what you are doing to your fences. And modular staff gates, which are new. Of course, staff is being worked on. I don't think it's planned to be part of the next update necessarily, but it's being worked on. It's going to be a big part of the future of the game, of course. So they're going to need staff gates to get into your exhibits. They now attach in real time and can be sort of dragged along the fence to put it wherever you want it to be. Fences also render faster, they take up less memory, and more excitingly, they're better suited to future editions now. They've been updated, they've been brought up to date with the modern systems of Prehistoric Kingdom. So eventually, when the likes of dinosaur breakouts are added to the game, well, the fence system is going to be ready for that. As mentioned, we actually have some new backstage props. This won't seem like a big deal to everyone, but this is very exciting to me. I love this kind of thing. I think all zoo games need way more of this kind of thing. So we've got some shovels, we've got some crates, we've got some boxes, we've got some ladders of various sizes, we've got what looks like a shipping container in the background, we've got notice boards, whiteboards, we've got pallets, sinks, a ton of great stuff for filling out the backstage area of your zoo. Or indeed, in my case, if you want to destroy a zoo, this stuff is really good as detritus to have it lying around. And of course, I'd expect this to be colour customizable and sizable and all that good stuff as well. Now, for the main event, last time around we began to excavate a brand new species. We were told it wasn't your typical large theropod or anything like that. I think I guessed a ceratopsid or something like that, but I can't quite remember. But I asked for suggestions in the comment section down below. So full credit to you at home if you got this one right, because that species has been revealed. Not sure why I hid that, because it's inevitably the thumbnail and the title. PLATEOSAURUS has been added to the game, or will be added to the game as part of the next update. Really exciting. Our basal sauropodomorph, the first of its kind in the game. You know, we've got a late Triassic dinosaur, which is fantastic, joining the likes of our Coelophysis. It's a really interesting dinosaur. I feel like I've talked a lot about basal sauropodomorphs lately because we keep having them in Evolution 2 modding, but it's really cool to see it added to Prehistoric Kingdom. It's definitely unique. It definitely stands out against the roster. There's nothing quite like PLATEOSAURUS in the game at the moment, and it looks beautiful. I especially like this sort of whiter coloration and then this very strong striping across the jaws, across the snout there, and then the body, as you would expect for Prehistoric Kingdom, is just this huge array of varied patterns and colours that all just seamlessly blend into each other. The pattern work in this game is incredible every single time. The model looks fantastic, it looks exactly what you'd expect. You've got this very strange creature where it is bipedal and looks like it could maybe be carnivorous, but you can just see the first hints of that later sauropod development coming in there with like the long neck and the body is beginning to get a little bit more low slung and the small head and stuff like that. So, and we get another image of them here. Still only seeing one skin so far, so it's going to be interesting to see what the other skins look like, but you can see what I mean by low slung. You know, it's getting closer to the ground, and later sauropodomorphs would have been even more hunched over and have longer forelimbs, until eventually those forelimbs developed into full-on legs rather than arms. It's a really interesting mix at the moment between these basal evolutionary features. It looks beautiful, it really does. It's a fantastic looking dinosaur, and I can't wait to have a little play with it. However, maybe even more exciting, that might sound wild, but for me this is super exciting, it's a fantastic update to the animal nursery. Now this is still concept art at this stage, so things are liable to change, but this is the rough idea of what it may look like. So what's changed other than the design? Well, as you may know, Prehistoric Kingdom has a really cool modifier system. Animals can change size rather dramatically. It's actually mentioned on the PLATEOSAURUS page that adult specimens of the dinosaur have vastly different sizes, so I would expect you to get quite a wide range of different sizes when you hatch your PLATEOSAURUses. But other than size, there's several other random factors that go into producing your prehistoric creatures. So you've got your size, you've got your occasional leucistic animals, your occasional albinistic animals, your melanistic animals, and stuff like that. Even the same dinosaur with the same skin and the same sort of default setting will have different skin colours. All the skins have sort of a range of colours that they can be featured in, and that's really cool, and you never know what you get until you hatch your animal. But what's exciting about this update is that that's changing. So if we look in the bottom right corner here, you'll see this new tab. We can change the skin on our Paraceratherium, but you can also see mutation and adult size. So, and then next individual. So basically when you preview an animal now in the nursery going forward, you're not just seeing a stock Paraceratherium or whatever it is, but you're seeing the specific individual, and I think it is actually going to be reflected on screen, which is incredible. You're going to see the specific individual that you're going to be hatching. You'll know what that animal looks like. You'll see the size, you'll see the skin and how the skin pattern has changed. You'll see the mutation visibly if it has one. And if you want a different one, you click next individual and you can start to rotate through them and find a particular style. It's going to be fantastic for making themed exhibits, for making family units, for, I don't know, maybe you just want all the biggest prehistoric creatures humanly possible, so you keep going until you max out the adult size. It'd be even cooler if on Sandbox we could control that a little ourselves, but either way, I think it's a fantastic system. Now, what you might have noticed on the nursery is it no longer contains all the information about the animal's habitat. It's got some basic stuff like the diet and lifespan and how many of the animals you need, but all the pertinent habitat information has been moved to the new Paleopedia, and we've got a little preview of that here. So we get Nigel's thoughts, Nigel's notes there on the left as well. Never trust a Nasutoceratops around your lunch. I'm not making that mistake again. I thought I was going to do an accent. I decided against it. You can also listen to the introduction and the facts again, which is pretty cool. You can see the social grouping, you can see the biome that you need and stuff like that, and all the compatible items that you'll need to add to your exhibit to make the animal happy. So that's really cool. And as a bonus, we also get a information page sort of thing with this lovely screenshot and loads of information about the Nasutoceratops. We can listen to the pronunciation. That's going to be very interesting. You can load up more ceratopsians. You can go directly to the dig site it's found in. Just really handy, really easy to navigate by the looks of things, and just part of a fantastic UI overhaul that the game is getting. Really excited about this stuff. I'm very excited to see all the different images and all the different descriptions they come up for their various prehistoric creatures. Either way, some really cool stuff. 2 fantastic dinosaurs in total, and yeah, those nursery upgrades. I cannot wait to have a little preview of that, hopefully pretty soon. Okay, so that is update 11. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I will link the dev diary yourself. You can check out some of the public test branch kind of stuff on that page if you want to do that, and see the GIFs less blurry, I suppose. And until the next time, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.